Welcome to Apex Alchemy. Today marks the end of an era. So we're going to be talking about this Petrified Fish Mini Beluga. But before we get into that, I'd like to bring up another beautiful knife. The Buck Sprint Pro Classic. The reason why we're bringing it up is because today marks the end of mine and Courtney's 6-month bet, where when I purchased the knife, she said, "How much did you spend on that knife?" I said $178, and she was like, "For a knife you can't even carry it for 6 months without losing it." And so I took the challenge. We made the bet. I'd carry it for 6 months. If I did, she was gonna owe me $200. If I didn't, I had to give her $200, and vow to not make any stupid purchases anymore. Today is the end of that. So you know what we're gonna do with it?
What? Gonna put it in the drawer and it's gonna stay there for a while?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. What we're gonna do with this knife today or tomorrow is we're gonna ship it to Lacey. We're gonna get a new edge put on it. I did do some testing. It's not cutting as smoothly as it once was, and all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna pass it on to you. It's gonna be your knife because it it's your size.
Yeah.
It's got a flipper, and
It's pretty.
yeah, and then you're gonna carry it for 6 months.
I can't carry it every day though.
No, you can't. You can carry it every day. You just got to carry it a part of every day.
Okay.
All right.
I can't carry it to work.
Without further ado, the Petrified Beluga is a knife that. Let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. It's a knife she picked out, but it doesn't really have an opening mechanism that really meshes with her.
Right. I was kind of disappointed when it come in and realized I didn't pay attention that it only has a front flipper.
Yeah, and some people aren't great with front flippers, and I'm one of those people. But I can make it work.
Yeah, you
but
do a lot better with it than I do.
But it's got this fuller, and so it can reverse flick as well. And honestly, that was a bad example. Sorry. I can front flip it. They gave us enough room to front flip it, but
I'm just struggling with any of it.
Go ahead.
I still don't get the freaking flick.
Okay, hold your index finger out and your ring finger out and your pinky out, and make sure that the knife isn't going anywhere. It has to be tied up against your hand. And secure it with your thumb. Okay, we can practice this off screen. But luckily, my son, he liked it. He saw it. He was like, "Oh, that's cool." So it'll be his. But it's just to talk about the knife. It is made in China. It is 14C28. It is one of those $50 knives. I love the G-Mascus on here,
pretty.
man. Oh my God, it feels wonderful. I mean, I can't express that enough. It feels like this carbon fiber. It don't feel exactly like it, but it's got that same type of porous quality to it. Or like porous quality feel. Like it's like that baby powder on. I don't know, man. We've got 157 pound. Speaking of babies. Spoiled, rotten beast in the room with us today.
With whining.
He's wanting, man. He's been an attention whore all day. So if you hear him crying in the background, listen. One thing I do want to touch on this knife is this come from a reputable dealer on Amazon. There's a Petrified Fish. There's a box coming in. We were supposed to get. It's on bearings. It's supposed to be on ball bearings, but when I was looking in there, I haven't taken it apart, but whenever I was looking in there, it looks like phosphor bronze washer bearings to me.
And that's also what was supposed to come with it.
It was supposed to be on bearings and come with phosphor bronze interchangeable washer bearings, and Yeah, like we ain't getting nothing, man.
All we got was a cloth.
We got
and some screws.
we got an extra set of screws, but it was supposed to come with all kinds of like this swag pack. This is what was in the box. Extra screws, and you know what? That's the most important part, because those little things that they strip out, and like they're kind of like not all brands use the same screws. So like to me, that's the most important part. But I'm about kind of fed up with not getting
a whole box,
yeah,
or not getting a box at all, or not getting half the stuff that's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
If you're buying new, it should come with everything a new one comes with.
There's the Ontario Rat number 2 for size comparisons. That knife's just kind of in that space, man. It's we take this down. We'll put the Ontario Rat number 1 up here if we have it in here.
Right there.
Really, that is an Ontario Rat number 2. This is just an Ontario Model 1. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I'm not sure exactly when they did it because I'm not a rat follower. But like that says Randall Adventure Training on the blade. This just says Ontario Knife Company on the blade. It doesn't matter. It's the same knife, but it was like at some point they've started,
dropped the rat.
Yeah, they started taking the RAT. I've even noticed on some of the models of the 2 that they have the same marking as that, which I guess makes sense because Ontario like dropped the rat fixed blades, or I mean I don't know if Ontario dropped or Randall's Adventure Training pulled out,
right,
and went with Essie.
But they're not collaborating together anymore,
right? But somehow they're still using the same exact design, all that stuff. After we borrowed my brother's rat one, I knew I was like, man, for the price point, I'm gonna have to grab one of those up.
And I like the rat too up there.
Yeah, I like both of those knives. I think they're both great alternatives to $50 Chinese knives if you want to do business with Taiwan. But listen, man, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this knife. It's got the deepest carry.
And one thing we did learn ordering this one, it did not say Mini Beluga.
No, it didn't. It just said Buluga.
It just said Beluga. But if it has an X at the end of the model number, it is the Mini.
Yeah. I can't get over the G-Mascus. It may be the best G-Mascus I've ever experienced.
Mm. But the total length of it is 6.8 inches. Blade length is 2.99, so just under a 3-inch blade. Weight, it's telling me in grams. I'm not a grams person, so I'm going to weigh it.
Yeah, weigh it.
To get my ounces. But for the people that do go by grams, it's 95.6 grams. Oops, sorry, y'all. Camera. It's 3.4 ounces.
Good God. I wish that beast didn't have all the holes in the blade.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like just is it's just. I think they went excessive with the hole in the blade, but I'm anxious to pick one of those up whenever I get the opportunity to. It feels like it just feels like you got a whole block of business in your hand. It's a 9.75 inch knife, I do believe.
Yeah, it's
crazy. Yeah. One thing I don't like about the Petrified Fish, and this is because we're giving it to our son, which is not extremely experienced with knives,
right,
is I told him, I was like, the best thing you could do is slow roll. This would be the safest form of opening it. You heard it double click that time, and it's getting a little bit better. I slow rolled this thing probably 50 times yesterday. I'm going to see if I can just get it to... Okay.
That was one click.
Now that was me rolling my thumb off without applying any other pressure to the back of the spine. It's not locked. So like if you just slow roll it and you use contact, like skin contact.
You'll hear something, but it's not really locked.
Yeah, but you got to hear the second click. Second click happens, the knife is secure and it's got a good lockup. And but with him not being a authoritative flipper yet, he slow rolls his PM3, and I prefer him to do that. You know, he's had stitches,
Yeah.
or he's had situations that
Or
look like it was.
it
Yeah.
was very close to needing stitches. They were able to glue it, but
But I mean, you know, we all go through that.
Yeah.
But it's with him not being as careful as he should be with a knife, or as dexterous.
yeah.
You know,
He's still in that clumsy
Yeah, he's clumsy.
coming into himself
That's right.
stage. So, yeah, lanky and clumsy and not very coordinated yet.
I do like this knife though. I do like this knife. Like if it's I'm at my own spot with the Chinese knives and stuff, and all these were ordered before I got
Before you
real
become convicted on it.
yeah before I was like, and I'm you know there's no shame, you know, like I'm, you know, it's okay. I'm just gonna make different, you know, I'm gonna make changes going forward. But that you know, as far as this knife is standalone, that the pocket clip, this thing, like you said the screws. Like I don't think you can see the screws because the screws are so recessed,
Yeah.
and they dip behind the scale. So like you take this pocket clip off and put it right behind that scale, and the screws are just completely recessed. Like as far as that goes, that comfort. And what did you say the weight was on it?
3.4 ounces.
3.4 ounces. So it is a little bit heavier than that 1-to-1 ratio that a lot of you guys look for. Possibly not on this channel. I think this channel's coming into its own. I don't think we got a lot of those types of folks watching right now. We got a lot of people who are the full size knives,
Right.
more their wheelhouse. Okay, I got nothing negative to say about this knife whatsoever.
The only thing I have is like not even a thumb stud would be easier for me.
Yeah.
Than what's available on this one.
I'm okay with, like, I see this as a multi what do you call it?
Deployment.
Yeah, multi deployment knife. But I can do most of them.
Right.
You know, like if you have a multi deployment knife and you're not good at any of them, that sucks. You know,
Yeah.
like so it's But I think the knife looks good. It's very comfortable in hand.
it is.
Even
it's got that rounded curvature, or it
it's
feels like
contoured.
it does.
Yeah, it's contoured a little bit. I mean, it's not.
So it's thicker. It's a little thicker.
It's a
from here
thicker
to
handle
here.
for a smaller
Yeah.
knife. Yeah.
But it's rounded well.
But I
Feels good in your
can get
hand.
all 4 fingers on there. You know, like there's nothing left behind. I'm not looking for a place. It's
And the
nice
lockup,
and
whenever I
secure.
looked at it, was like 30% maybe.
Let's see. I don't
30, 40.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd stick it at 30. Maybe. What do you guys think? What do you think the lockup is? I would say 20, maybe something like that. But who knows? I really don't know exactly how people judge that.
Well, what I was judging it by, and I may be completely wrong, but like what this is, if it's reaching the halfway point, I would say
That's 50.
50.
Okay.
That's just
I think I measure like how far it's going over on the blade. You know, like if it's that's where my mind goes. Like if the lock bar is completely behind the blade, then that I would call that 100% lockup. If it's like halfway over, then I would say that's 50.
Okay.
And maybe, you know, maybe that's what you're saying too, and maybe
well,
it
I
is.
guess this is the blade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going by this side of it.
Okay.
Where
okay.
you may be going by
Yeah.
this side of it. So like that first part's reaching almost halfway. So I'm thinking
There we go.
close to 40%. But
Man, we're 14 minutes in the video. I think overall it's a good knife. If you made it this far, please like the video and take into consideration, you know, if you're not subscribed, you might want to subscribe, or you might not want to. But there's, well, I'm not gonna get into all that. Sorry about that. You got anything else? You got any final thoughts on this knife?
overall it's a well built knife. Just
Yeah.
not easy for me.
It is. Yeah, it's a well built knife, and it feels good in my hand. It's too small. Like I personally, I feel like if if we got a full size Beluga in, I probably would have been excited about it. 14C28's good still. But all right, video's too long. You guys have a great one. We'll catch you on the flip side. Take care of yourself.